Stephanie. I didn't get to your reading last night, so I'm going to do it right now. I find that I read best in the morning. I'm the most clear channel, probably because I haven't been sitting on my phone absorbing the entire universe through like TikTok and stuff. Although, man, I'm addicted to that app. I wanted to introduce you to my cards before we start. So I have 5 decks that I use. 3 are oracle decks. One is called the Goddess Power deck. This talks about the deities, and they each have a message for you. This is the Enchanted Map deck. Same author as the Goddess deck. Both are oracle, and they're amazing. This is the Black Moon Astrology deck. I use this a lot, obviously. And then I use a very small guided tarot just as a, in case my mind gets blanked out. So I'm just going to shuffle here, and we're going to do a little prayer together, okay? Good morning, Spirit. Thank you for making me appointed to be your clear channel today. Stephanie came to me yesterday and she would like clarification on the spells and the dips and the turns that you provided her, dear universe. Please show us a clear and concise way so we can obtain the messages that you so need us to know. We promise to be integral, authentic with ourselves and you. Thank you, Divine Energy. Bless you, bless me, bless thee. All right, let's keep shuffling. So I haven't actually done your astrology yet. Normally I do astrology with my clients. I have always done tarot. It was more of a hobby because I've always been a channel. My mom was a channel, my grandma was a channel. So this actually feels easy to me. It's kind of like a hobby. Don't tell anybody that. And I say that just because astrology is so much more in depth, and it's math. It's math. It's astronomy. It's math, and it's psychology. So it's a lot, right? Where channeling tarot it's from the heart. It's not a science. Yes, you have to learn your cards or whatever, but the cards are there to teach you. The process in learning tarot is even more exciting. Sorry, I just had to quiet my budgie. He's right behind you. Maybe I'll show you after. Little yellow budgie. Tarot is something that is a tool for self-discovery, first and foremost. So it should always be used initially for yourself, and as you learn the tarot, you can do it for other people. But it is not until you realize that we are all one and we all actually are facing the same problems in some way that you realize why general readings always feel right. Because we are actually sharing everything. It's our ego that makes us feel like individuals. We're the same person. We're the same stardust. Just like all the birds recognize each other. Ooh, cards are falling out. Oh, wow, these are pretty. Need one more, Spirit, please. One more. One more. That one? Okay. Ooh, very nice. So what I do in my spread is I do 3, and then I do 3 of a different deck, and then I do 3 of a different deck, and then I flip it all over and we read it as a story. And it's past, present, future. And I sometimes do clarifications. I'm learning new spreads and adding new things all the time, so you very rarely get the same reading twice. Spirit, can I get a card for past, present, future? Whoa, okay. Big deal for you right now, eh? Wow, holy moly, no wonder you came for a reading. This is gorgeous. I'm gonna keep going. Still got a couple more to do here. From what I can see, stability was imbalanced by judgment. and that seems to be where you are now, is that there's this final understanding of like a God knowledge, because you had this stability that helped you grow and it provoked you. I'm gonna keep laying cards. I'm just reading the first line here of cards before I flip everything over. Okay. That one wants to be there too. Oh. I think I know why you left. Okay. I'm not sure how old you are, so I'm not sure how appropriate that would be. There's some sexual connotation to this reading. Oh, wow. Cool. You got Judgment twice. That's the Libra card. In case you... Okay, guys, that's too many cards. Too many cards, please. This one. Okay. Can I get one more, maybe? Because you seem to really want to pop out there. I said one more. Fine, but the Ten of Swords really wants to come out. Okay, that's a long story. I'm gonna put those over there. All right. We definitely have a story here. Okay, let's get one goddess card for each of the piles, and then I'll start. I already shuffled these. Girl. Okay, so initially I only had 3 rows. But as you saw when I was shuffling in the last row of tarots, a whole bunch of cards kept falling out. So that happened twice. If it only happens once, generally I just disregard it, put it back in. But I do like take a peek at what the cards are. And if they happen to fall out again, I know it's definite. Kind of like it doesn't count unless you do it twice. Same situation. I'm freaking loving this reading though, girl. Okay, so let's get started. Four of Wands, upright. This is a card of stability, growth, love, family, celebration. I mean, you've literally taken your ideas and you've had the idea, you've made the decision, you waited for the right time, and now you've built your fortress. So that's where you were, and you were really feeling that stable energy. But then there was a provoking situation. See this one here? This is the Grand Provoker, or the Grand Cross from astrology. When the Grand Cross happens, this is an astrology aspect that talks about having 4 points combat each other at the same time. So there creates a new type of energy, a hostile type of energy, but no doubt it's new. Okay, so and it's unavoidable. You cannot ignore this energy. It's like bang. Okay. You got the Sacred Pool after that one, okay? So this card, I'll give this card a read. This is card number 47, by the way. The cards that have come up so far are 4, 47, and 47 again. So 47 is a big number. 47 actually means 11, which is, as you know, a magical number. Boils down to 2 in numerology, and 2 is the feminine. 2 is the yin. Sorry, 2 is the yang yin energy, and it's all feminine energy. So it's absorbing, okay? And you got the Sacred Pool card. Now this pool card is something I haven't read yet. I've had this deck for a long time, but I still find there's a lot of cards in it, so I still find there's one. So it says, the world is a reflection of your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs. Embody the love you wish to see in the world. When you look in the mirror, do you like what you see? Okay, so there may have been an identity crisis here where you felt like you weren't loving yourself, and that may have been your Grand Provoker. It says, reflect on the Sacred Pool and be at peace with yourself. Can you see how far you've come in your and how magical your life is? Do you notice the spark of the divine shining through your own eyes? When you're conscious that you're the embodiment of spirit, it becomes easier to respect yourself and act in good conscience, and then you'll reap great rewards. Your unique service to the world is not only needed, but it's celebrated. See the love within yourself and be at peace. Okay, so that's definitely an identity crisis. I mean, there's a lot of nice words there, but that's what it's talking about. So you definitely had that stable environment, and then something came around and provoked you. Now, I've got 3 cards here that came up. Ace of Pentacles, 4 of Cups reversed. So 4 of Cups is like that guy sitting not being considerate of what he has. Like he's just being wasteful. But when it's reversed, there's no more waste. Like we're getting up and we're going to clear what we have and start anew. And this came up this way. So there may have been a feeling of not being able to move on your new idea, on your new creative energy. You may have felt stifled. And the Goddess of the Moon is the one that you got for advice in this situation. So again, this is where you've been. There was a stability that you worked really hard for, and then there was a provoking moment that you couldn't ignore. You immediately felt like you went into an identity crisis. Finances were offered to you, or there was some offer that was come to you in the form of a material aspect, and that made you feel like all of a sudden the wastefulness that you had, the non-contentment that you were experiencing sparked a new idea and you felt stifled by it. Okay? So the moon card is Mama Kila. She's number 32. Mama Kila is the Incan goddess of the moon and presides over the world of cycles and seasons. Right now you're invited to see how familiar and decide what you need to improve on and what you need to leave. You've definitely recognized a cycle. Your relationship is unclear, yet brimming with potential. You might turn a new moon energy that shows up in the spring cycle of your life. Okay? No matter what, like the cycles of the moon, there is a divine order to everything, and everything happening in your life right now is supposed to. She welcomes you to the divine moon dance of co-creation. So just let it flow, baby. Just let it flow. It's going to be shitty. It's going to suck a little bit, but just let it go. All right, next one. Here we go. So this is more about where you are right now. I have a dual tarot deck. So there's this card, and then the back of it. That's what I mean by it's dual. So this side of the card actually shows like the intention and approach of the energy, where this talks about like the action of the energy. Now, this card came up twice in your reading, I believe. This really talks about balancing energy, blinded by this is an emotional thing. This is, okay, here's what I've got as my strength, here's what I've got as my worth, and here's how I balance them, and I can't see anything else. Okay, so it's just like legit balance in your own life, cutting away what you need to do. That's why she has the sword, has weighing what needs to be there and what can go. That's why she has this scales. Okay, so you're in a place, and that is a grand blessing. That is activating things in other elements for you. So you're seeing a chain reaction there, and you will see there is a really easy flow to move through now that you've got this balance. Gentle Gardener. This one talks about pulling weeds, okay? You really got to pull the weeds out of your life. It's reversed. That's why I said that. The Gentle Gardener talks about how you have to really take time and be patient with things that are growing, but when it's reversed, it talks about ignoring your garden and letting weeds grow through it and disrespecting your own work by not taking care of the details. Do I handle that one? Okay, so these are the 3 cards that flew. We got the Page of Wands, the Hangman, reversed, okay? And then we got the Judgment card again. I say again because it's going to come up again. It's one of the first 3 cards. So, this guy, the Knight of Pentacles. This guy is stable, but materialistic. So there is a focus on what needs to be built, and you're rushing towards value. Instead of, but it is a physical thing. So there is like a feeling of money in situations being really examined, and you're deciding whether you want what you want to do going forward, right? But they always have a message, and this can also mean that somebody is showing up in your life to provide that stability. There is the Hangman reversed. You're supposed to be looking at this from a new perspective, but you're not right now. You're seeing everybody the same way you saw them before, and you're going to stay upside down until you figure that out. The Judgment card came up, okay? You feel you're being judged. Remember, the ultimate angel in the sky who's going to check us over for our sins, the one that knows us all, the ones that know everything we've ever done, that's you. You're your own judgment, okay? So whatever you're going through right now with this big crash that made you feel like you've been abandoning your own shit and you haven't been, you know, liberal to yourself and fair to yourself, now that you're being fair, you're going to feel like you're being judged. Who fucking cares? Just do you, okay? Now, the judgment card came up again. But, so, like I said, you saw me, I did the rows, right? So the first row had the judgment card in it. And then the second row ended with the judgment card, right? So this row starts with the judgment card. Same thing, upright. But this is actually the front of the card. It could have come up this way. It did not. It came up this way, which means this is the same. Okay, so the energy that you leave off of right now is exactly the energy you need to go forward, because this is in the second. This is the the last card in the second row, and this is the first card in the third row. They are the same card, different style, but the same meaning. So that judgment that you feel for other people, that you feel for yourself, you're moving forward with that judgment. This is where it's gonna get really fucked up. And your, how did I get this in here? How'd she get in here? Okay, so I have a goddess card as the second card in this row, and I don't remember doing that, so I'll hold her up for you. She's gorgeous. What number is she? She's 46, so 10. Transformation. So she, yeah, okay. 46. 46. Like I said, she came up this way. So sometimes people in situations come into your life as a kind of change agent. Oh, I'm so sorry to read this card to you. Ugh. That turns your life upside down, and what you thought was real and expected is challenged by someone's perspective and behavior, which you have no control over. This can be painful and deeply confusing, but the goddess Shakti wants to offer you guidance. Can you see how everything is off balance is actually serving you right now? Helping you open up old wounds that they can finally heal. You know you are seeking this change. This magical metamorphosis is for a better life for you and your loved ones. Right now, your alignment task is to love that part of yourself that sabotages your efforts in order to move forward. Love the insecure part of you, the jealous one, the one that sees you as not enough, when the world is truly full and waiting for your potential. Life loves you, and the feminine aspect of the universe, the great goddess herself, and all of the angels, guides, and spirits and helpers are here to remind you that you are a spiritual being learning to co-create a new world. You asked for this? Well, no. The next card I got was the eighth house. This is transformation, sex, and debt. More of the same. Honestly, that's the same energy as that female card. Details. Okay. Wait. I'm pulled that upside down. Yeah. So details came up upside down. This is you're ignoring the small stuff. And if you ignore the small stuff, or you only focus on the small stuff, you will not get big moves made. You need an actual plan. You need to sit down and delegate yourself a plan. That's what this card talks about. It's card number 43. Getting a lot of 40s in here, lady. Okay, 7 of Cups. This is the card of confusion. This is the card of do the same thing over and over again and you get the same result when it's like this. But when it's like this, you're done with that shit. Good for you. And you manned up! The Emperor card is about creating your own restrictions and your own structures and being your own daddy. You're like, I pay my own bills, bitch. And the goddess you got at the end of that was Epona, but she came up upside down. So let's read her message, because you got 2 goddesses in your current deck, which is really, really cool. And then we got a bunch of cards fly out after. So I'm just going to read her, and then we'll go on to the last, all those cards that flew out at the end. So she's card number 14, so that's another 5. You've gotten a lot of 5s in here and a lot of 40s. Bona, number 14. I was on the page. Being over assertive and determined to take action is not in your favor at this time. You'll feel afraid of making a mistake or be worried that you'll somehow compromise yourself or disappoint others. This goddess knows that not all paths are meant to be explored, and not all battles are meant to be fought. Not all opportunities need to be panned out either. Beware of a tendency to overreach. Take your heart, for this is a perfect moment for you to take a time out and see what is truly in store for you. The goddess is safe and secure, and you just need to wait. That's not waiting on the stuff you're doing, it's waiting on the next step. And I say that because it came up after you made the change to like daddy up and stop this bullshit that makes you go in circles. You daddied up. So now you're probably feeling really anxious about which way to go. Don't worry about it. This is just meditate. Just enjoy your stillness. That's what it's telling. Don't worry about rushing into the next thing because you need to honor the fact that you just dropped something. Okay, so a bunch of cards fell out after. And this is really cool. I love this. The Empress came out. That's some power, okay? That's some power! Empress energy. This is where you're going. Then these cards came out. Seven of Pentacles reversed. And the Ten of Swords reversed. Ten of Swords reversed is you're done with that pain. You see that legacy is over. The swords are coming out. You're done with that like legacy of pain. I want to say it's probably even family karma. And I'm just going to pull the Seven of Pentacles reversed. Let's see what it says here. Open it right on the perfect page. Beware of being so excited about the harvest that you neglect the balance sheet. What did I just say? You have to create some kind of like organizational system about what you want to do next. You need to sit down and write out your like dream board or manifestation board or whatever. That's definite. Bottom of the decks were poverty thinking, Five of Swords, fighting for fighting. Oh, that one stuck to the table. Ew, ew, ew. Rescue. Looking for a rescue. Mercury of your mind. And the last one is the Goddess of Adaptability. Okay? So, all I'm going to say about that is you are definitely, these messages came through very, very clear. You have, and the last card that came up, by the way, was the Lilith card. This talks about an independent streak, autonomy, fighting for your own ability to be and exist in your own still amazingness without being validated by anybody. That's Lilith energy. She was the last card to come up. One of my patron saints. All right, that's it for your reading. I hope that was wonderful. I hope everything was clear enough for you. Thank you so much for contacting me and working with me, and I hope my pajamas were not too offensive. Have a great day, love. Bye.